Hello, welcome to my channel. My channel is called Serenity and Strength, and it covers my widowhood journey together with my wellness journey. If you have not subscribed, I'll kindly ask that you do so. And as I always say, subscribing does not cost you anything. All it will do is ensure that whenever I post new videos, they come to you automatically. My name is Joyce Onyango, and I'd like to thank any old subscribers who are currently watching. Thank you for joining this time again, and thank you for being a subscriber. I'd request also that kindly share, like, and comment so to have as many people as possible traveling on this journey, and also we're able to share. For those who may not want to comment publicly, I have shared a telephone number to which you can either text or WhatsApp, and then we can handle it from there. In the last recording, I talked about mental health issues, and I also talked about or tackled some coping mechanisms. Basically, I talked about talking with God, praying to God, and also singing. Apart from that, there was also doing affirmations or saying things which will actually which are actually positive and will help you in one way or another. In this particular recording, I will again cover some mental health issues. There is a prayer which goes, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I wish that every widow would make that their prayer, and especially so at the beginning of the process, and to realize that you really cannot change death. And that is the first step whereby you accept that the death has occurred and you do what you can to cope with it, and also to be able to move on. Because if you're not able to move on, then you do put yourself in a situation where the chances of you having mental health issues do increase quite significantly. We could look at the case of David when his son was sick, because when his son was very sick, he fasted, he prayed, he was even sleeping on the ground. And when the child died, his servants found it very difficult to tell him that it had happened, because they were afraid of how he was going to react, seeing as how he was behaving when the child was very sick. But then he noticed it, and this is the way he responded. Let's just look at what it says in the Bible. And I'm reading from 2 Samuel chapter 12, verses 15b to 23. But David noticed his servants whispering among themselves and realized that the child was dead. He asked his servants, "Is the child dead?" They said, "Yes." Rising from the ground, David washed and anointed himself and changed his clothes. Then he went to the house of the Lord and worshipped. He returned to his own house and asked for food. They set it before him, and he ate. His servants said to him, "What is this you are doing? While the child was living, you fasted and wept and kept vigil. Now that the child is dead, you rise and take food?" He replied, "While the child was living, I fasted and wept, thinking, 'Who knows? The Lord may grant me the child's life.' But now he is dead. Why should I fast? Can I bring him back again? I shall go to him, but he will not return to me." We can learn from David's actions and take a leaf from that. One of the things that is quite profound that we should notice is that he had God with him during the time when he was holding vigil for the child before the child passed on. He had God with him because he was pleading to God. But even after the child passed on, what did he do? He cleaned himself and he went to the house of the Lord to worship. So again, even in grief and in mourning, he brought God into the situation. And then he also said he cannot change the situation. He will go to the child will no longer be able to be brought back. And that is what we need to learn from that. We have God in the situation, and also we accept the situation. Yes, we mourn, but we should not let it affect us negatively. As he says, can you bring the person back again? Definitely you can't. So right from the word go, know that your actions and non-actions at the beginning of the journey and during the journey can have a great impact on the final outcome. And the final outcome needs to be as positive as possible for yourself and the children. So do whatever you know is right for yourselves, but don't allow yourself to be affected mentally by something which you cannot change. As with any kind of illness, it is good to be able to take care of it as soon as possible. As they say, a stitch in time saves nine. Because of this, it is good to know the symptoms. So I'll share the various symptoms which could be indicators that you are having some kind of a mental health problem. And at the same time, you will be able to find some links which should help within Nairobi, Kenya, where you can get some kind of assistance. With other places, I think you'd need to go to the nearest health facility, and then you could be assisted accordingly. Anytime you feel any of these in excess, do check yourself. You have intense longing for the disease, you are anxious all the time, you have headaches, you can't make decisions, you're continually sad, you have tightness of your shoulders and for quite a long time, you find you're frozen, you're overeating or undereating, you're oversleeping or undersleeping, you have flashbacks, then you find that you have negative moods constantly, you feel numb, you have nightmares or dreams that make you even just wake up when you're sweating, you have fatigue and low energy, you worry, you have rapid heartbeats, you are restless, and then sometimes even just a small sound or something like that, the way you react is almost like something very major has happened. And then you're just constantly worried, your mood is just negative, and these go on for quite some time, maybe a week or two or even more, then you find that likelihood there is a problem. So you need to check yourself. Now, for some of the things, for instance, when you're not feeling well, instead of saying that something is wrong with me, you actually say, I am grieving, I may be depressed, I'm anxious because I feel unsafe, my body is under stress. And naming what you are going through reduces the fear. It also separates you from the condition, and you know that one, you're not the anxiety, you are not the depression, you are just a person who's experiencing it, and you'll get out of it.
This time around, we're making what is known as immunity, and we are going to use basil, ginger, turmeric, 1 teaspoon of each of them, and also 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds, as well as 1 teaspoonful of ajwain or carom powder. Then on top of that, you also use cardamom seeds, 5 of them, 3 to 5 of them would be sufficient, and cinnamon sticks, and these cinnamon sticks would be about 5 inches. This is a drink which was introduced to me during COVID time when I had a cough and chest problems which didn't seem to be clearing at all. So it is a drink which will be very suitable for the cold season when you have a lot of those kinds of things which do take place. You'll also use a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. If you would prefer to use the clove seeds, you can also use that. You just use about 2 or 3 of them. You put all the ingredients together, mix them, and then you're going to put all these in water, and that water is 5 cups of water, and you let it boil. And once it boils, you cover it and let it reduce to half the quantity. Overall, all the ingredients fight inflammation. They have antioxidants, so they fight chronic diseases or reduce the risk of chronic diseases, and help you with heart health and also immunity. Once the tea is reduced to half the quantity, you strain it, and then whatever ingredients remain in the strainer, put it back in the saucepan. You'll find that the particular benefits of these items is that with turmeric, apart from those general benefits that they all have, it also promotes skin health. With ginger, it helps in lowering blood sugar and also has antibacterial compounds, and it will help manage your blood sugar levels. Fennel also helps with regulating blood pressure and also managing blood sugar. Dry carom seeds, and that is also ajwain, will improve your respiratory health by clearing congestion. It also manages blood pressure. Then cloves will help to strengthen the immune system, and also it is high in manganese, and so it will also promote bone health. When it comes to green cardamom, it also helps in lowering your blood pressure. It will improve blood sugar levels and has all the other benefits as well. With cinnamon sticks, it will also fight bacterial infections and fungal infections, and it may also support your brain health. So overall, you'll have all those benefits, and definitely if you have the colds and also chest problems, this will be a very good drink to keep you warm and also to fight those particular aspects. And you'll take it 3 times a day if you're taking it for fighting those kinds of things, but if it's just to help your immunity, then you take it once a day. And you'll find that this particular drink will also help to keep you warm because you take it warm. You can also add jaggery or honey for taste, depending on what you like. Do give me feedback and tell me how you found it. Enjoy it. Do subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next. Bye.